They say you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. It's a powerful idea, but have you ever stopped to really think about what that means for your own life? What if the people you love, the circle you trust, are the very ones holding you back from your true potential? Picture this. High on a rugged mountain, an eagle's egg accidentally rolls out of its nest. It tumbles down, 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 until it lands, of all places, in a busy chicken coop. A kind hen finds it, takes it under her wing, and decides to raise it as her own. Before long, a majestic eagle hatches, surrounded by tiny chicks. From his very first breath, the future king of the sky is taught to believe he's a prisoner of the dirt. The little eagle grew up in that dusty coop, and he loved his chicken family dearly. But deep down, he always felt painfully different. His walk was clumsy, and his huge, powerful wings just seemed to get in the way, dragging awkwardly on the ground. Every time he looked up at the endless blue sky, he felt this strange, magnetic pull deep in his chest, a longing he couldn't explain. But he pushed it down. He did everything he could to fit in. He copied the chickens perfectly, scratching the dirt for seeds, clucking along with the crowd, and suppressing every ounce of his true nature just to belong. One day, a naturalist was visiting the farm, and he stopped dead in his tracks. He couldn't believe his eyes. There, in the middle of a flock of chickens, was a magnificent eagle, pecking at the dry ground. "Why is the king of all birds acting like a common chicken?" he asked the farmer, completely baffled. The farmer just laughed softly and replied, "Well, he thinks he's a chicken, so he is a chicken." The naturalist, heartbroken by the sight, gently picked up the bird. He tried to get it to fly, to feel the power in its wings. But the eagle just fluttered down, scared, and immediately went back to eating corn with the others. It was a tragic scene. Here was a creature born to rule the heavens, choosing to live and die in the dust because he was too afraid to leave his comfort zone, too afraid to be different from his friends. But the naturalist refused to give up. He knew the problem wasn't the eagle's ability, it was his environment. As long as the eagle was surrounded by chickens, he would only ever see himself as a chicken. So, with a new determination, the man scooped up the heavy bird and began the long, steep climb up a nearby mountain, far, far away from the coop. The eagle was terrified. He kept looking back, desperately trying to see the farm, the only home he'd ever known. He resisted every step upward, wishing only to return to the familiar dirt below. Finally, they reached the peak. The air was thin and bitingly cold. The man held the trembling eagle up high, pointing him toward the blinding sun. "You belong to the sky," he whispered with urgency. "You are not a chicken, you are an eagle. Now, fly." The eagle looked down, but the safety of the farm was gone, a tiny speck in the distance. He looked up, and the sky was vast, endless, and inviting. Suddenly, he felt the wind catch beneath his massive wings, lifting him, pulling him upward. For the first time in his life, he wasn't surrounded by those who couldn't fly. He was alone with his own potential, his heart hammered in his chest. He took a deep breath, leaned forward into the void, and jumped, and he didn't fall, he soared. With a triumphant, piercing screech that echoed across the mountains, he caught a current of air and climbed higher and higher, disappearing into the clouds, finally home. The lesson from this story is crystal clear. If you hang around with chickens, you will cluck. If you hang around with eagles, you will fly. The people you surround yourself with have a profound, almost invisible, power to shape your mindset, your ambitions, and your actions. If your friends constantly complain, you'll find yourself complaining too. If they gossip, you'll gossip. But if they dream big, if they push their limits, if they strive for more, you will find yourself doing the same. You simply cannot grow if you're the smartest, most ambitious person in the room. Your circle dictates your ceiling. The naturalist smiled as he watched the eagle claim its rightful place in the sky. It never returned to the coop. Now, I want you to ask yourself a tough question. Are you an eagle surrounded by chickens? It is far better to walk alone for a while than to walk with a crowd that's going in the wrong direction. The people you choose to have in your life are a mirror, reflecting back to you who you are and who you are becoming. So take a moment today. Look at the 5 people you spend the most time with. Do they lift you higher? Do they challenge you to be better? Or do they keep you grounded, comfortable, and stuck? Your life is too precious to spend it clucking on the ground when you were born to soar. Upgrade your circle, and you will automatically upgrade your life. It's one of the most powerful changes you can ever make. Share this video with the friends in your life who help you fly. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more inspiration.